Once upon a time, in the outskirts of a big city, there lived a 42-year-old man. His name was Thomas. Thomas was a very busy man. Every morning he woke up early, rushed to work, and returned home late in the evening. Even on weekends he worked. He was always doing something, but it never seemed to end. People looked at him and said, "What a successful man." He lived in a big house. He had an expensive car. He had money in the bank. But inside he felt an emptiness, a deep, inexplicable emptiness. Thomas had a 17-year-old daughter. Her name was Emma. Emma was a beautiful, intelligent, and talented young woman. She loved to draw. When she was little, her father bought her a sketchbook, and Emma filled it completely with drawings. "Dad, look what I drew," she would say when she was small. And Thomas would say, "Very beautiful, sweetheart, but I have work now. I'll look later." But later never came. Years passed. Emma grew up. She had stopped showing her father her drawings. She didn't really want to talk to him anymore either, because she knew her father would be busy again. He would say later again. Thomas didn't notice this, or he didn't want to notice. He threw himself into his work thinking, "I'm working for them, for their future." But in reality, he was working to hide from himself, because stopping to think was scary. If he stopped to think, he would see the time he had lost. One day when Thomas came home from work, Emma was standing at the door with her suitcase. "Where are you going?" Thomas asked. "To university," Emma said. "I got my acceptance letter 3 months ago. I told you, but you forgot." Thomas froze. He didn't remember. He really didn't remember. "I didn't know." Emma looked at him with a sad smile. "You knew, Dad, but you didn't listen. You never listened." And she left. Thomas just stood there at the door. His daughter was gone, and he couldn't even remember how many times he had truly talked to her in the last 4 years. That night, Thomas lay in his bed but couldn't sleep. Questions spun in his head. When did this happen? When did I lose my daughter? Why didn't I notice? The next day, Thomas didn't go to work. Instead, he drove out of the city and went to a small lake. He used to come here as a child. There was silence here. There was peace. Sitting by the lake, staring at the water, an old man came and sat beside him. He looked calm and wise. He cast his fishing line into the water and sat down. "You look troubled," the old man said. Thomas looked at him. He didn't know him, but somehow he trusted him. "I lost my daughter," Thomas said. "I mean, she didn't die, but she's gone, and I wasn't there. I was never there." The old man nodded. "Do you know what time is like?" he said. "Time is like water. You can't hold it with your hands, but if you let it flow away, it never comes back." Thomas listened silently. The old man continued, "People always say this. I don't have time. But the truth is, you have time. You're just spending it on the wrong things. And one day you look back, and all the important moments have passed you by." Thomas's eyes filled with tears. "But I was working for them, for their future." "No," the old man said. "You were working for yourself, because working was an excuse to run away, to avoid stopping and feeling, to avoid stopping and looking." In that moment, Thomas realized. The old man was right. He had been afraid. Afraid that he wasn't a good enough father. Afraid that he couldn't truly connect with his family. That's why he escaped into work. He was constantly busy, because when he was busy, he didn't have to think. "What should I do?" Thomas asked. "Isn't it too late?" The old man smiled. "There's no such thing as too late, but there's no such thing as too early either. There's only now. The question is, what will you do now?" Thomas went home, but this time he was a different man. He turned off his phone, he closed his laptop, and he went to Emma's room. The room was empty, but Emma's drawings were still hanging on the walls. Thomas looked at each one, some from her childhood, some from her teenage years. Each drawing had a story, and Thomas didn't know any of them. Under one drawing, he saw a small note. "I drew this for my dad, but he never looked." There in his daughter's room, Thomas cried the tears he had been holding for years. The next day, Thomas made a decision. He would go to Emma's university. He would talk to her. He would apologize. And if it wasn't too late, they would start again. The road was long. It took 3 hours. But this time, Thomas wasn't in a hurry. He looked out the car window. He saw the trees. He saw the sky. He saw things he hadn't seen in years, because he was always running, always rushing, but he was getting nowhere. When he arrived at the university, he found Emma. She was sitting under a tree in the campus garden drawing. Thomas approached. Emma was surprised when she saw him. "Dad, what are you doing here?" Thomas sat down. He took a deep breath. "Emma, I came to talk to you and to apologize." Emma looked at him silently. Thomas continued, "I wasn't there for you. I was never there. I always said later, but later never came. I didn't look at your drawings. I didn't listen to your stories. I wasn't in your life, and I'm so sorry for that." Emma's eyes filled with tears. "Dad, I just wanted you to be there. Not expensive things, not a big house, just you." Thomas looked into her eyes. "I know, and I'm here now. If it's not too late, maybe we can start again?" Emma wiped her tears, and a small smile appeared on her face. "It's not too late, Dad, but there's no more later. There's only now." Thomas nodded. "Only now." From that day on, everything changed. Thomas still worked, but work was no longer the center of his life. Every weekend, he started calling Emma. They video called. Emma showed her drawings. Thomas really looked. She told her stories. Thomas really listened. Months passed. One day, Emma sent a drawing. In the drawing, there was a father and daughter. They were sitting by a lake. They were fishing. They were smiling. Under the drawing, she had written, "To go together one day, because there's no more later. There's only now." Thomas framed that drawing and put it on his desk. He looked at it every day, and he remembered, time doesn't wait, time doesn't forgive, time only flows. And you either flow with it or you get left behind. But it's never, never too late if you start today. If you enjoyed this story, please like it and share it with your friends. And remember, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories like this one. We look forward to seeing you in the next story with new thoughts and new lessons. Until then, take care of yourself and stay peaceful. And remember, there's no such thing as later. There's only now. And now is the perfect time to spend time with your loved ones.